I struggled to read a book for 30 minutes a day. It was unbearably hard for me. Now I can easily do it for 2 hours consistently. And now I also can easily grind for 8 hours every single day. No longer challenging for me. Here is how I did it using reading. Most people's attention span is severely diminished to the point where it's quite a challenge to even focus for 30 minutes a day. Even in this video, half of the people have probably already clicked away. They lost their focus. Our brains are fried by constant simulation, junk food, porn, drugs, video games, social media scrolling. Here's why reading non-fiction books might be the best way for you to restore your mind and health. Number one reason is that it's quite an easy task to do. You don't need to plan ahead. You don't need to go somewhere to do this action. All you need just to grab a book and that's it. While reading books might be a little simulating, just like watching a movie, reading still requires focus. It's still kind of a challenging task to do. The fact that it's easy and kind of simulating is of extreme importance if your discipline right now is suffering. Reading is like entering the gym for the first time, grabbing the lightest dumbbells and doing some basic exercises. Sure, advanced gym goers are not doing that, but it's still a great way to start going to the gym and build a consistent habit. Even these advanced gym goers were lifting lightly when they were beginners. Like the actual tasks that will make you start your self-improvement journey and be consistent is the ideal thing is reading books. On the other hand, if you were to start off your self-improvement journey with something more challenging, like let's say dropshipping, it may seem more attractive as it can potentially bring you actual income, actual money. People still underestimate the difficulty of the task. You have to do a shit ton of research. You have to learn at least the basic principles of marketing. You have to master numerous software tools to even get started. And you have to spend hours upon hours researching product listings, which is a daunting task, not a fun activity. That way you're much more likely to fail if your discipline is not that great. It would be equivalent of like benching 100 kg in the gym. It's a feat that is suitable for intermediate gym goers who are consistently going to the gym for anywhere between 6 months and 3 years, like depending on how good their genetics are and how hard they train. They can bench 100 kg. Like people who've been reading books consistently for the last 2 years, going to the gym, trying to build discipline, they can try to start dropshipping. If you have been struggling to even study for 1 hour a day, I would recommend you to start off by reading books. Second reason is education. Non-fiction books are a great source of knowledge. In order for you to propel in your self-improvement journey, you will have to learn a lot. You will have to learn about health. You will have to learn about nutrition. You will have to learn how our mind works, the inner workings of our brain, to understand desire, to understand dopamine, and why we do the things we do. In order to build a powerful network, you need to master social skills. The knowledge can also be obtained from the books. I know guys like Andrew Tate say that reading books is a waste of time. You need to take action to make some improvements. But nonetheless, a lot of things that Andrew Tate preaches is actually identical to the content I was consuming from the books. For example, there is an old video of him from Hustle University, the initial video series, where he talks about social skills. He says you need to shut up and listen to the person you're talking to. And the way he explains it is very similar to the chapter from the book, How to Influence People and Win Over Friends. Moreover, it's obvious that reading books alone is not going to make you successful, but it's a great way to start. The third reason is you have probably heard the phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. And strangely enough, when you read a book, you're listening to the author's inner thoughts, and it's as if you're kind of having a conversation with him. You observe his mindsets. What I personally notice in my life is that reading books is not only increasing my knowledge, it's also giving me motivation. It's kind of raising my standards of discipline higher. I try to compete with the authors. Have you ever tried to compete with your friends who can work harder, who can lift harder, who can run faster? I'm experiencing the same things with the authors of the books. I'm also starting to think more like them because I'm absorbing their mindsets. So the bottom line of this video is that you need to start slow at your actual level, and reading books might be a great way to do so. You need to set your ego aside and be honest with yourself. If you have been watching Netflix for the last 2 months and struggled to focus on your studies for even 1 hour a day, then you should accept without guilt that it's your baseline. And now you will read books in order to escape this point of your life. Don't think to yourself, oh, actually, I'm a capable person. I can work hard if I want to. I just choose not to. We both know it's not true. The past speaks for itself. And I don't blame you for thinking like that. I was exactly the same. Like being a degenerate watching TV shows and then reminding myself, oh, I'm just relaxing. If I want to work hard, I can easily work hard. No, actually, I couldn't. Now I'm speaking the truth. Don't feel guilty that now all you do is reading a book. It's actually a great progress. Read book every day for 30 minutes a day for the next month. Then after 1 month, start reading 1 hour. 1 more month passes by and now you can add on new tasks. Maybe test the knowledge from the books in real life. Like if you read How to Influence People and Win Over Friends, it's not enough for you to increase your social skills. Go and practice on someone. Go and practice on your friends. Try to play around with the principles and knowledge that were taught for you in this book.